Good day. Welcome to IST 552, Data and Knowledge Management. I'll be your instructor. My name is Prasenjit Mitra, and I'm an assistant professor at the College of IST. So we will talk about a lot of topics in this course. In effect, each and every topic could be perhaps a course in its own right, and it is a challenge to teach that to you in 1 week. Or a couple of weeks in some cases. So before I go into what we'll talk about in this course, let me talk about myself and give you a little bit of an idea of what I'm up to and what I've done before. I have been at the college for about 6+ years now, and my research interests are in databases and web information systems. So I try to figure out better ways of getting information from the web and building search engines and so on. So some of these topics that we'll talk about in this course are very close to my heart, and I am pursuing active research in them. Before coming to Penn State, I was a PhD student at Stanford University, from where I obtained my PhD. And before that, I worked about 5 years at Oracle Corporation. So I had to design databases, wrote software, and participated in product releases and so on. So I hope that background gives me some ideas about realistic issues in databases, and I hope to bring that in my class. Now about the course. So in this course, we will talk, as I said, about roughly 10 topics. And they range from data modeling, what are the main issues in databases, to data compression, and how you can store data well and retrieve data fast. So those are sort of core database related topics that we'll start with, and then we move on to data mining. In essence, what we want to find out there is this data that I have in front of me, does that contain any patterns that are interesting? What can I do with the data? What type of questions that I can answer with the data? So then after that, we move on to sort of more application-oriented things. And by that, I mean we move on to applications of databases and build over databases. For example, geographic information systems. So GIS systems are built over spatial databases. We look at image processing systems and the issues in image processing and how multimedia data is handled. Then we move on to search engines. All of you have used search engines, and some of you perhaps know a lot about search engines and how it works. We will look at the basics of how search engines work, and you have a lab where you sort of design a small search engine, and that gives you a feel of what it is and how easy or how hard it is to build one. And at the end, we talk about knowledge representation and knowledge management. So knowledge representation essentially deals with topics which shows you how you capture and store knowledge in a system, and then how you can reason about it or do something intelligent with it. And then the knowledge management part shows how organizations capture knowledge and what are things that they can do with technology. And throughout the course, we will lecture and talk about issues. In some classes, we might have more of an open-ended discussion about some of the hot topics or major issues. You will have roughly a homework per week, I think, or per 1.5 weeks. So we have 8 homeworks throughout the course. There are 5 labs. Some of them are reasonably small and short, and you have to just follow the instructions and try it out and report the results. And then there is a search engine lab, which is more like a project. You have to design a search engine for a vertical application. And this should give you some idea about the different topics, different technologies, different ways of doing things. Some of the labs you'll be doing it are on Linux machines, some of them are on Windows machines. So I want to give you a broad overview. That is the objective of the course. And as I said, each of these topics are a course in itself. So hopefully after you take my course, you'll be very excited about all of these topics and take 10 other courses if you wish, or as few as 1 or 2 in any of them. So that is the objective of my course, and I hope you have a great semester.